Alex Bale just made a new theory. Let's check it out. Bro, this looks so sick. Oh my.
So, in 2021, Nickelodeon released a new spin-off show all about Patrick called The Patrick Star Show.
It's a pretty good show, actually.
I'm Patrick Star, and I live with my parents.
That's not something you want to flex about, Patrick.
This is my mom. This is my sister. This is my
Well, damn, sister's a squid.
This is my show.
And I was really interested in it because it seems to kind of acknowledge the fact that it is a TV show, with Patrick actually being filmed and putting on a show as part of the plot
Oh,
of
what
each
the
episode.
fuck?
Coming to you from the Star Family home, it's time for the Patrick Show! And here's your wide
Bro, the whole bikini bottom.
But it's weird. It's supposed to be a prequel when Patrick was still living with his family, but the Patrick's parents and sister characters that were established
Yeah,
in the
they're
main
not in
show
it.
have been replaced by completely different people in this spin-off.
So wait, there's
This
just
has been
actors.
a long-running mystery about the Patrick Star Show that
'Cause they don't
many
even look
people
like
have
him.
asked me to talk about, but a storyboard artist for the Patrick Star Show actually addressed these contradictions in a very funny Twitter thread where he offers many different possible explanations for why Patrick's family looks different. These range from Patrick just perceiving reality differently, to him just
He's on
assuming whatever
drugs.
starfish is closest to him is his family, to some kind of crazy timeline manipulation. But my favorite is just that they were recast by the in-universe showrunners and Patrick's too dumb to notice. Also, casual television theory confirmation, no biggie, we're used to it at this point. Now, I watched a good amount of this show when it was first coming out, and there wasn't really too much here for me to analyze, except for one very interesting character. GrandPat.
GrandPat?
And it ties directly in with my Neptune theory. GrandPat is allegedly Patrick's grandfather, even though we've never heard about him until now.
Mom, Dad, who's this guy?
I'm your grandfather.
Damn. Not knowing him is crazy.
He's sort of a generic, cranky old man character who's apparently somehow been alive since prehistoric times.
Back in my day, we were food. It was way back in the Patrolithic period of early cave stars.
But he's not really that notable or interesting of a character, or that's at least what I thought, until I noticed something strange in the episode Squidina's
Dina's little helper.
Sounds like we're doing a puppet show. Follow me.
Is that Mr. Krabs?
Crawl space runs all over the house.
As characters move through a crawl space in Patrick's house, one of them briefly opens the door and finds a weird secret room full of Roman
What the
architecture
fuck?
with GrandPat inside.
He's Neptune.
Who's a hungry boy? Dig in so you can grow up big.
He's secretly the god.
The puppets are this way.
It's kind of a weird throwaway gag, but there's not really much to it, and they immediately move on with the episode without ever addressing it again. But something about this tiny, insignificant moment really stuck with me, even months after watching this episode.
It's
And
the same
when I
scene
watched it again,
recreated,
I
actually.
couldn't help but notice that the door leading to the room is labeled XIV. The Roman numerals for 14 for seemingly no reason. Is this supposed to be the 14th room in the house or what? But then I remembered we've heard the number 14 before in the season 4 episode Krusty Towers.
This room is hideous. Redesign it. Neptune the 14th will be nice.
What?
King Neptune is also referred to as the 14th. Is it possible that there's some sort of connection between GrandPat and King Neptune? I mean, that's even the way you would write a king's ordinal number, with the Roman numerals XIV. Also, the room is full of fancy royal Roman architecture.
Yeah, obviously.
And the way GrandPat is relaxing and eating grapes like a king. Hear me out, hear me out. Is it possible GrandPat is King Neptune? We know Neptune has the power to change the way people look. And it would explain why GrandPat, just a normal sea star, is able to be alive as far back as prehistoric times. He even has a prehistoric drawing of a starfish wearing a crown in his bedroom.
Oh!
This could even explain why they thought Patrick was a descendant of royalty in Rule of Dumb.
Which makes you a descendant of royalty. You are a king.
But wait a second. why would the King of the Sea be pretending to be Patrick's cranky old grandpa? Well, remember, the Patrick Star Show is a prequel to the main series, and if you believe my Neptune theory, then you know Neptune wasn't always the King of the Sea. It's likely at some point he stole the throne and Poseidon's wife.
He's disguising
so, what if
for
this
a reason.
takes place before Neptune became king?
When King Neptune was a little Neptune, his mother set him adrift in a river.
When he was all alone, abandoned by his own mother, desperate to find the family that he was denied his whole life. So, how would he get one? Well, it turns out that there just happens to be one family in the sea that's dumb enough not to notice when new family members are added or replaced. The Patrick Star family.
Bro!
So he transforms himself into the cranky old grandfather character, GrandPat, and secretly inserts himself into the family without their knowledge.
Who's this guy?
Yeah, because they don't recognize him.
You see, sir?
So you can see him too, Bunny? I thought I was the only one.
I'm your grandfather, GrandPat. Must we do this every morning?
Finally giving him the family love he's been searching for his entire life.
Yeah, he's a very emotional character.
And if this all still sounds far-fetched to you, listen closely to the music we hear in this scene.
Who's a hungry boy? Dig in so you can grow up big and bristly.
This small piece of
beard.
music is called Roman Legions, composed by John Kakavas, and it was used only one other time in SpongeBob.
Who's a hungry boy?
Behold Neptune, god of the sea, with his mighty trident.
In the season 10 episode Trident Trouble, when they are introducing
No
none other
way.
than King Neptune the 14th. GrandPat is King Neptune, and that is the GrandPat theory. Or at least it was until they released the episode Neptune's Ball, where we see King Neptune and GrandPat in the same room.
Man, I love your show.
And I'm really conflicted about this because yes, this obviously debunks my theory. Neptune and GrandPat can't be the same person if they're both in the same room. But then why does all of this evidence feel so specific and intentional? Like, most evidence I find can usually be explained as an Easter egg or a coincidence, but like, I can't think of any other reason why this random room would have the Roman numerals 14 on it. Maybe this was something they were setting up but changed their minds about, or maybe there's some sort of time travel shenanigans going on, because we know Patrick's family has a time machine in this show that they use all the time.
What could it be?
Egypt?
Or maybe I'm just in denial and I'm overthinking small little random details. Like I've said, these are the theories that didn't make the cut for their own videos, so they're not all gonna be as strong as
They're not gonna be
theories.
perfect,
But
for sure.
even if it's unlikely, I'm still gonna hold out hope that maybe I'll be proven right someday. Oh well, on to the next theory.
Well, I mean, it was good to, like, you know, have that thought. Maybe it's possible, maybe it's not possible. I mean, there's still so much left to think about. Why are they both in the same room? Does he have a clone? Does he not have a clone? There's just so many possibilities. This is a great theory, but the only thing that just kind of keeps me skeptical is that, yeah, obviously the door is gonna have a Roman numeral named after Neptune. If when they open the door, it's gonna have GrandPat as King Neptune. Obviously the music is also gonna be like that. That's like the theme of the show. Maybe they're filming, maybe they're not. And as far as inserting yourself into someone's family, why would Neptune even do that? He's the god of the sea. He has a girl. And he has a son too. So, I don't know, man. I'm 50-50 on this one. I mean, the other couple theories... I keep spitting all over my mic. But okay, the other couple of theories that I checked out, they're pretty, you know, they had a foundation. This one is kind of... like, I don't know what direction to go. But all I can say, anything's possible, my friends. And I will see you in the next one. I'm signing out.